This summary of Make Today Count, The Secret of Your Success is Determined by Your Daily Agenda, by John C. Maxwell is about to begin. Enjoy! Key Point 1. Design your day. Define your life. What if your daily to-do list was more than just a list? What if it reflected your future? Success or failure doesn't arrive suddenly. It's the result of a process. As such, each day is preparation as you become a reflection of what you do today. Imagine a sculptor looking at a block of marble. To the untrained eye, it's just a rock. But the sculptor sees the masterpiece hidden within. What transforms the stone isn't magic, but the deliberate daily practice of the sculptor's craft. They choose what to chip away at, where to refine, and how to reveal the hidden potential. Your life works in much the same way. Plan every step and count every choice. Every morning you can consciously curate your agenda and decide what truly deserves your time, energy, and focus. This method isn't about striving for perfection, but for intentionality. It's about recognizing that even seemingly small choices, how you start your day, who you connect with, what you choose to learn, add up over time, creating a foundation for success. Make each step count towards your goal, and you'll see your dreams come true. So are you ready to stop observing and start creating the life you want? Don't miss the action plan at the end for tips on how to craft a winning day every day. Key Point 2. Work smarter, not harder. Let's be honest, you can't do it all and nobody can. Trying to achieve everything in every possible field will inevitably lead to mediocrity and burnout. The key to a more effective performance lies in discerning the essential from the unessential and ruthlessly prioritizing the former. It means strategically focusing your time, energy, and resources on the activities that generate the most significant return. The Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, states that roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. Applied to time management, this suggests that a small percentage of your activities are responsible for most of your results. Identifying these vital few and concentrating your efforts is the key to unlocking greater effectiveness. For example, if you find yourself constantly overwhelmed, analyze your daily tasks. You might discover that 80% of your progress toward your goals comes from just 20% of your activities. In that case, consider restructuring your time by, for example, reducing your time on social media. Those platforms can consume your focus and leave you mentally exhausted. So why not invest that saved time into more productive activities? To achieve effectiveness, analyze where your time actually goes. Maxwell's career perfectly illustrates this principle in action. Early in his journey, he found himself stretched thin, trying to excel in too many areas without getting the results he wanted. The 80-20 rule showed him how to focus on activities that gave him great results and delegate the rest to other competent people. This approach not only made him more efficient, but also helped develop those around him as he grew. In another scenario, when his wife asked him to help mow the lawn, he suggested paying someone else instead of spending their time doing it. To apply this principle, consider this three-part framework to find your true priorities. Start by asking, what is required of me? To determine obligations that cannot be delegated. Next, consider, what gives me the greatest return? And identify the activities that leverage your skills. Finally, reflect on, what brings me the greatest reward? To recognize tasks that deliver personal satisfaction and fulfillment. Key Point 3. Success starts with thinking. It's easy to assume some people are just smarter. Genetics and early childhood experiences influence cognitive abilities, but true effective thinking is a skill, just like playing the piano or coding software. It's an intentional process, not a passive trait. Many people fall into the trap of believing there's only one right way to think, which limits their perspective and access to alternative approaches. For example, imagine a brilliant scientist focused on details and data but struggling to lead a team. While their analytical skills are top-notch, they might lack the big-picture thinking needed to inspire a shared vision or the people-oriented thinking to manage diverse personalities effectively. If a person will spend 1 hour a day on the same subject for 5 years, that person will be an expert on that subject. Earl Nightingale. The beauty of these mental tools is that they can be learned and honed with practice. Are you someone who tends to get lost in the weeds, missing the forest for the trees? Then, concentrate on cultivating your big-picture thinking. Force yourself to step back and consider the broader context, long-term implications, and perspectives of others. If you're a natural visionary with plenty of ideas, but struggle to execute them, focus on developing your bottom-line thinking, honing your ability to assess results, manage resources, and drive action. Here are some ways to upgrade your thinking. Create dedicated think time. Don't let your day be chaotic. Schedule at least 15 to 30 minutes each day solely for focused thinking. Find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted, and use this time to brainstorm, reflect, strategize, or tackle your toughest challenges. Choose your thoughts consciously. Take control of your mental narrative. Throughout the day, actively monitor your inner dialogue. When negative or limiting thoughts arise, challenge them. Reframe situations in a more positive and empowering light. Ask yourself, is this thought truly serving me? If not, consciously replace it with a thought that aligns with your goals and values. It's a skill that comes with practice. Turn ideas into reality. Don't let brilliant ideas fade. Carry a notebook, use a voice recorder like Agent Cooper in Twin Peaks, or leverage a note-taking app to capture every fleeting thought, insight, and inspiration. Writing solidifies an idea and makes it more concrete. Everything can change when you start to control your mind. Key point 4. Build relationships that matter. It's easy to mistake superficial interactions for genuine connections. We have hundreds of friends online, yet we often feel isolated and alone in reality. True success and lasting fulfillment don't reside in the quantity of your contacts, but in the quality of your relationships. Furthermore, people often treat relationships as transactional, focusing on what they can get rather than what they can give. They seek out connections based on status, influence, or immediate benefit, neglecting the deeper, more meaningful bonds that sustain them through life's ups and downs. Focus on developing genuine connections with people who inspire, challenge, and support your growth. You should be able to offer something without always expecting a return. Don't neglect the foundational elements of strong relationships: trust, respect, empathy, and open communication. Listen more than you speak. Try to understand before being understood, and offer unwavering support during triumphs and setbacks. Be the source of encouragement and support. Be the friend you wish you had. Check out these tips for building and nurturing strong relationships. People matter. Prioritize people. Genuine connection fuels success and fulfillment. Don't confuse an extensive network with meaningful relationships. Invest deeply in a few key relationships. Understand their needs. Effective relationships begin with understanding. Learn what makes people tick. Recognize their insecurities, desires, and motivations. Listen actively and empathetically. Add value to others. Focus on giving, not just receiving. Ask yourself how you can contribute to the lives of others. Support their dreams, celebrate their wins, and offer encouragement during tough times. Give respect, earn trust. Treat everyone with respect, regardless of their background or status. However, trust must be earned through consistent honesty and integrity. Take responsibility for connections. Become proactive in initiating and nurturing relationships. Don't wait for others to reach out. Make the first move. Show regular appreciation through consistent communication. When spending time together, stay fully present and engaged. Grow your relationship garden. Nurture the connections that truly matter and watch them blossom into a source of strength, joy, and fulfillment. The quality of your life increases with the quality of your relationships. Do not pay too much attention to fame, power, or money. Someday, you will meet a person who cares for none of these, and then you will know how poor you are. Rudyard Kipling. Key point 5. Live your truth and align with your core values. Some people feel they're on a path that doesn't truly resonate with them. That's what happens when actions disconnect from core values. It's like sailing a ship without a compass. You may be moving, but you have no idea where you're going. The result is often a sense of emptiness, frustration, or even a midlife crisis. Core values are the principles that guide your decisions, fuel your passions, and define who you are at your best. What feels right for you may not be the same for others. Therefore, identifying your values requires deep introspection and honesty. Dig beneath societal expectations, family pressures, and superficial desires to uncover what genuinely resonates with your soul. Once you've identified your core values, that's where the real work begins. It's not enough to just know them. You must actively integrate them into your daily life. Start small. You should anticipate that aligning with your core values might mean making tough choices, changing careers, ending toxic relationships, or saying no to opportunities that don't fit your authentic self. True success isn't about accumulating wealth or honors. It's about living in alignment with your truth. Here are some steps that can help you to identify your values and live according to them. Unearth your guiding principles. You can't live by your values if you don't know what they are. Ask yourself a few questions. What do you fundamentally stand for? What truly makes you angry or frustrated in the world? This response often reveals what you deeply value. Also, ask yourself when you felt most authentic and aligned with yourself. Create your value list. Using your answers from the previous step, identify the main characteristics and patterns that connect you with your true self. Write everything that comes to mind. Daily reflection. Living by your values is a continuous process. Make a plan and test each of your values every day. Did you defend those who cannot protect themselves, help the helpless, or tell the truth? Track this to confirm the authenticity of your values. You'll know you're living a life with a solid core. Success isn't found in grand gestures, but in consistent, meaningful actions. Need a simple way to apply this to your life? A practical guide is just ahead. Key point 6. Create a plan for self-improvement. Imagine two trees. One stands in a small pot, its roots confined, its growth stunted. The other is planted firmly in the earth, its roots reaching deep, its branches stretching toward the sky. Which tree represents your life? Personal growth isn't a destination. It's a journey of learning and becoming a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. It's about refusing to settle for the confines of your current reality and embracing the possibilities within you. Many people view growth as passive, something that just happens. They wait for opportunities to fall into their hands or for sudden bursts of inspiration to strike. But like many other processes, true growth is intentional and requires a thirst for knowledge and consistent effort. It's about actively seeking out new experiences, challenging your beliefs, and welcoming discomfort as a catalyst for transformation to expand your comfort zone. In 1972, high school swimmer John Neighbor, inspired by the Olympics, set a seemingly impossible goal: shave 4 seconds off his swim time in 4 years. This goal was a massive undertaking for an elite athlete where fractions of a second matter. Neighbor took a systematic approach and calculated that by assuming 10 months of training per year, he needed to improve by 1/10 of a second every month. This small, consistent gain compounded over time, leading him to Olympic gold. Even seemingly insurmountable goals are possible by breaking them into smaller, manageable steps and committing to consistent daily improvement. You can use these strategies to achieve your goals and maintain your growth. Answer the question of potential. What are you capable of? Identify your talents, skills, and passions. Don't let limiting beliefs hold you back. Embrace your potential. Set smart growth goals. Your goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Break down bigger goals into smaller, actionable steps. Use John Neighbor's approach, incremental progress, consistently applied. Have a growth plan. Develop a structured plan outlining your goals, actions, and timelines. Include specific resources, mentors, or communities that will support your growth. Review and update your plan regularly. Make every experience an opportunity for growth. Did you know? The Zeigarnik effect explains why people usually remember unfinished tasks more than completed ones. It's just natural for the brain to search for closure and resolution. Try this. Remember, what you do every day determines who you become. Start shifting your habits with these simple yet powerful actions and start seeing tangible results. Set a daily top 3. Each morning, write down the 3 most important tasks that align with your long-term goals. Focus on completing them first. Audit your time. Track your activities for a day. Highlight wasted time and replace it with helpful activity, whether it's reading or learning a skill. Strengthen one key relationship. Every day, reach out to someone you care about. Send a thoughtful message. Schedule a quick call or convey your appreciation. Do a 5-minute values check-in. Before making any decisions, pause and ask, does this align with my core values? If not, reconsider. Adopt a no 0 days mindset. Do at least one small thing each day that moves you forward, even if it's just reading 1 page, making 1 call, or brainstorming 1 idea. Every day is a new chance to move closer to your goals. Start today. Stay consistent, and success will follow. Summary complete.